In the middle of the night, a dog appeared in a high-rise building. With difficulty he reached the second floor, and sat there, having completely exhausted his strength. The dog didn't know where to go next, and even if it had known, its paws no longer moved, and its eyes couldn't see the road. Having discovered the dog in the evening, the residents of the house called us, and asked us to find him a temporary stay. We went to take a photo of the dog in order to post a photo to find owners or foster care. Seeing the dog in person, we were horrified. There was a hematoma on the dog's head, his eyes were swollen, and weakness did not allow the animal to simply move. Previously, the dog lived with a family, the caller said so, but then he ended up on the street. How he ended up in such a state, and how long he spent on the street is unknown, as well as why the people who were once close to him abandoned him. The residents of the house were more worried that the children might start touching the dog and contract some kind of disease than about the condition of the animal itself. The dog was indeed sick, but not so sick as to avoid him on the 10th route. The dog had clearly been ill for a long time, as evidenced by extreme exhaustion. It was incomprehensible to me how his former owners had brought him to such exhaustion. There was no time to look for the owners and ask them about what had happened. The dog urgently needed medical attention. We immediately took the dog and went to the clinic. We didn't have money to pay the doctors, but we hoped to collect at least a little from the donation boxes and pay for the clinic services. Unfortunately, it really wasn't much to collect from the boxes, a little more than 300 rubles. Some may say that it was not worth taking the dog, or immediately taking it to be euthanized, but we did not consider this option. This dog did not deserve such a fate. No one asked him whether he wanted to die. It doesn't matter, in someone else's building or in a clinic. The dog turned out to be very trusting and kind. He clung to me in the car with such force that it was immediately clear that he wants to live. He sees in us his last hope and is trying not to miss it. It was immediately clear that the dog was very hungry and thirsty. He looked at us with such hope in his eyes when we simply gave him water.